We are on the scene of breaking news right now at 9:31. A tanker truck with liquid CO2 is on fire. This is 146th Street South and Highway 75 right there by the 151st Street exit.
That's Glenpool Fire and Tulsa Fire Hazmat are on the scene, and so is Sky News 6 pilot Dustin Stone. Dustin, what are you seeing? And I know that is a very busy stretch of roadway.
That's right, Leanne. We're just south of 151st and Highway 75, looking back to the north. You can see that the tractor is actually on fire. It doesn't appear that the tank is actually burning, but the tractor and the tires are what seem to be burning. And this truck is just right across a little grass median there from a neighborhood. So I do see some police in that neighborhood. I don't know if they're evacuating yet, but they're diverting traffic off of Highway 75 northbound at 151st. And the southbound traffic, they're diverting them. They're at Glenpool at 141st. But you can see there kind of in the background, all the cars on the access road, they're trying to get those all cleared out. Leanne?
Thick black smoke pouring from the cab of that truck. And we'll continue to monitor that as we understand that tanker is loaded with liquid CO2. And I know also, as you mentioned, the apartments that are nearby there, I would suspect, and I don't know what, we can probably bring in Alan Crone, talk a little bit about the weather or the wind conditions right now.
Yeah, south winds right now, 10 to 15. You can kind of see. So Dustin is looking, he's a little bit, just a little southwest of where that's at. So he's looking slightly to the northeast. You got a south wind there. So that would be the southbound lane on 75. So not too far away from that is St. Francis South, the Glenpool location, Glenpool.
Goodness.
And then there's a Mexican restaurant across the street called Speedy's. So, I mean, it's right in that area. If you're familiar with South Tulsa County, Glenpool, Bixby area, 151st is the road you usually take. That would take you over. If you go westbound, you go to Kiefer. And if you go eastbound, you go over to Bixby. And you can see they're putting water on it, Dustin, right now. So it looks like, Dustin, it's just a cab that you're seeing?
Say that again, Alan?
Is it just the cab that's on fire at this point again?
Yeah, it appears to be that just the cab and the tires underneath the tank are on fire, and it looks like they're just now starting to put some water on it. So you can see there that the tank is steaming, and this really just kicked off here as they were spraying water on it. That fire really kicked up. So I don't know if the fire is about to get through the tank or not, but they're trying to keep their distance and still put some water on this.
So I think we're going to stay with this, Dustin. If you can just stay on the horn with us as well. Obviously, you are on the opposite side, so you're not getting any of that black smoke pouring toward the helicopter or anything. But as Alan mentioned,
right.
A lot of folks will recognize this is right where you might get off if you were heading over on 151st Street, if you were going over to Bixby. But as the fire crews, as we mentioned, Glenpool Fire's on the scene, and then my suspicions are the Tulsa Fire Hazmat crew there as well. But the hope is obviously that they'll be able to get that fire under control before it got into the tanker portion.
Well, yes, go ahead, Dustin.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know if the big fire we just saw was it getting into the diesel tanks or not, but that fire really did just kick up more than we have seen it since we got here. But as they're putting water on it, that smoke has turned into more of a white color, so we're seeing a lot less black smoke. So hopefully that's going to be a good sign that they're going to get this put out before it gets back to the tank. But they've got their hands full with it for sure right now.
Well, and it's going to take a while, even once they get that all under control. You have a lot of folks that, as you mentioned, they're being diverted off. Did you say 141st, probably there near Glenpool, 131st?
Yeah, they've got the intersection, the stoplight there in Glenpool at I think 141st. They've got the traffic blocked there from the north. They're diverting it east and west, and then they've got it blocked at 151st to the south. But so it looks like most of the traffic is cleared out, but there are a lot of homes in this neighborhood just to the west of where this truck is sitting.
I just wanted to ask Dustin too, do you feel like you're at a safe distance? I mean, if this tank were to, explode, I feel like some of those folks are kind of close. Do you feel like you're at a safe distance?
Yeah, Dave, I feel like we're at a pretty good distance. We're about a half a mile off to the east of it right now.
Yeah.
Matt's got the zoom really cranked up on the camera so you can get in there and see it.
Just from looking up, liquid CO2 is used for freezing and chilling of food products. I don't know any more than that, and certainly wouldn't want to speculate, but that's what we were told that the tanker was hauling. Looked like he'd probably pulled off the side of the road. No word yet on the driver, if there was another vehicle that could have been possibly involved, but we're going to put that macro on there so you can really see up close the tires there burning. Again, if you're just now tuning in, these are southbound lanes of Highway 75 near 151st Street, just south of Glenpool. Alan mentioned a while ago, the winds are from the south. That thick black smoke coming from primarily the cab of the tractor trailer rig. The trailer itself does not appear at this point to be impacted, other than you see how it's charred there on the bottom. Goodness.
Well, I'll just ask, does anyone know if CO2 is flammable? I'll just put that out there. I'm not sure.
I don't know what that
was
symbol.
the question I was wondering. It looks like a green placard, but I'm just that was the first thing that came to mind. If CO2 is flammable or not, I don't know.
You can see the placard there on the right in the middle of the screen, but it's a little difficult to tell at this point. Hey, Dusty, can you tell, is there any kind at the very front of that, the cab, can you look really carefully and see, is that just the cab by itself, or is there, did it hit anything that you can tell at this point, or something maybe just happened and it caused a fire? We just don't know at this point.
Alan, I don't see any other vehicles or anything else around it that if it is, it's not recognizable after the fire that has taken over that tractor cab there. But it just appears like the truck has come to a stop right there, and I don't know if it was on fire when it stopped or what. But you know, it looks to be like the only thing burning with flames now seems to be the tires. Though they really got the cab fire put out pretty quick. It's smoking quite a bit.
Did the fire?
It was really burning big there for a few minutes when we first got here. So I don't see them spraying any water at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looks like the firefighters may have backed off a little bit on that. I don't see them out there. They're just south of the truck that's on fire. They're in the road, but I don't see them spraying any water right now. Maybe they're just trying to find a better angle to get to it.
All right, I'll tell you what, let's, Alan, why don't we go ahead and do weather here, and we'll try to gather some information just based on what we've Googled. It does imply that it is not flammable, but do not, that is just a Google search.
Carbon dioxide.
Right,
so.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do weather. Stay on the scene, Dustin, and we will get another update from you here shortly.
Yeah, and interesting to note, just right there, the little wind shift. There's a southeast wind at this point. You see how it kind of pushes the smoke plume over there? So yeah, southeast wind.